Hey, 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 girly girlies, welcome to my channel. So much more to offer. Stay tuned. Product alert. This is my turmeric body and facial and Ayurvedic method mask. And I have been using this on my face for my hormonal acne. My son has been using it for his pubescent acne. And it is a creamy substance. It is turmeric, bentonite clay, a little bit of activated charcoal with aloe vera, and, get the kicker, cocoa butter. Okay? Is in the mixture of this. And it gives you this creamy paste. And it stays creamy like that. It doesn't dry out or anything. But I've been using this on my face, and I'm gonna flip the camera around. You'll see what it looks like on my face. It is really, really good and smooth. I did put a little bit of tea tree oil in here, a little bit of tea tree oil, and a little bit of lavender is also in here. With a dap, because I love eucalyptus for skin, a dap of eucalyptus oil. I have been using this in the Ayurvedic method for my hair, on my ends of my hair, with the Berrylicious butter. And both of them are really rich. Let me show you the butter. It looks like that. I just put some of that was on my hand on my face. This is what you see leftover turmeric powder. And this is a real creamy butter. Look at that. Okay. And it is really like a true butter. You touch it till it's firm like this. I usually molten this formula down. And just so you know, that's the raw butters sitting in a tub of hot water till it melts, and then I let it get liquid, and then I scent it with a little extracts and EOs, and then I put a little mineral mica powder in it to give it a little shimmer and a little color, and then I just let it cool, and it turns into this pretty cool molten state. Now I have been mixing these two together. I put this on my strands first, then I coat it with this beautiful paste or mask, and then I go back over the hair with a little more of the butter, and that gives me what's known as the Ayurvedic method, and it coats my strands. And guess what? I don't rinse it out. I leave it in there, and I leave it in there for days. Right now I've been sporting a hairstyle for the last 3 weeks, and I have been just every week coating my strands with the mask and the butter. And usually when I do that and I run my hand down a strand, okay, I'm going to show you what it looks like, I would get little bitty hairs. Now I don't have, that's a big piece of hair, but I would have little bitty pieces of broken hair like that. You see that little broken hair? I would have a handful of that. It has stopped my shedding and my split ends significantly, which is what I was going for. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. Hold on. As you can see, my hair is extremely, extremely fine. You know, I used to make my side hustle as a teen, braiding hair. And I loved braiding people, and I'm so envious of people with 4A, 4B, 4C hair, because that coarse hair is so resilient and strong, it holds braids better. Look at this, my hair comes undone at the blink of an eye. And I don't know what's going on back there. The curls back here are like, I don't even know if they're curls, they're kind of straight. And the back of my hair is really, really a loose pattern. It's kind of like a 2C almost. Look at that pattern in between there. I mean, I don't know what's going on with that. It doesn't even form a curl, it's just a loose wave. But anyways, I am loving the technique. And if you can see that up close, I used to have tons of hair in my hand, and all I really have is the hair on my finger that I was twirling the hair down. I don't have anything in my palm. I would have broken hairs in my palm. It has stopped shedding like almost to zero. And that's with that Ayurvedic method. Just putting the clay on there and coating it with a butter or an oil. And I like the butter because I think it's just firmer. It seals better. I take oils and I do put them on my scalp, and I massaged it all the way through, especially when I'm wearing a protective style like this. But yeah, my hair is super fine, And I have to sometimes rebraid these after a couple of days. I've had this down, like I said, for 3 weeks. I'm going to try to go one more week before I take it down. And when I take it down, I want you to see how soft and fluffy it is here. And I'm really seeing how many inches I can grow using this method by retaining length and not having absolutely any breakage. And so far, this Ayurvedic method with the clay wrapped and sealed with a butter has been my go-to. And I had these braids in for 3 weeks, but I have been using that method for the last month and a half. So I'm nearing 2 months. And shedding has basically gone to zero. I kid you not, just to zero. I mean, it's unbelievable. And I showed you the mask. I am going to be, I've been testing it for a very long time. I am going to be putting that on the site. And you really don't need a lot. You saw that fingertip. That fingertip did all three of these braids. Now, if you got that beautiful 4A, 4B, 4C hair, you'd have to use a little bit more because typically some 4 to 4C hair is, low porosity. Some of them, because the coil is so tight, it's very hard for the strand makeup to get all of the nutrients. So you might have to use a little bit more than that fingertip I showed you. But this is great, guys. Look at those ends. How it defines your curls. It is amazing. So I will be loading that to the site. I'm going to try to shoot for mid-February. If not, it may make my anniversary sale. I still am coming up with what kind of label I want to put on this great stuff. Okay? Hope you enjoyed this. I surely am loving it. Stay tuned.
Hey, 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 girly girlies. Lock it in. Lots coming your way. Hair care, skin care, making soap. Subscribe. Ta-ta.